If your ink's too slow and your nib won't flow, here's one of the places that you can go. Larry is here to see you through with Mr. Announcer and Cubby too. It's Larry's Fountain Pen Reviews.
Well, hello folks, and welcome back to Larry's Fountain Pen Review, and I'm in Larry, and this video is sponsored by Mr. Announcer
Gene Sheridan.
And thank you, Gene, for sending me this pen for review. Now, I want to be honest with everybody. I'm not a major fan of fine or extra fine nibs. Never have been. But that does not mean I don't like them, because I've started an appetite for both nibs. But the exception is they have to be wet and smooth. I just can't take a nail nib. A lot of people enjoy that, and that's absolutely cool. How they do that, I don't know, but I guess we're born with what we like and what we don't like, just like our own opinions, you know. So when this came, I said, well, you know, it looks cool. Yeah, I like the way it looks. But really, to be honest with you, I wasn't going to give it really any high expectations of the pen. Why? Well, good question. First of all, I just never thought that, first of all, a Zebra is the brand of the pen, was making a fountain pen. That's for one thing. You know, they're known for, what, rollerballs, ballpoint pens, mechanical pencils, etc., etc. So, picked it up, got the information on it. Still wasn't satisfied. You know how I am till I put the nib to paper, because it's all about the heart of the pen, right? Right. So, let's go ahead and start with the outside, then we'll get into the juicy inside, the heart of a fountain pen. I feel like Dr. Frankenstein. Okay, well, first of all, this pen, I'm going to leave it right here for y'all to look at. It's called a Zebra. Yep. The Zebra 5301. And it comes with 2 cartridges. Ultra Smooth Black ink. So what is Ultra Smooth Black ink? Ink's ink, right? I guess. And it does come with a fine nib, 0.7 millimeter nib. And it weighs only, without the ink, with a converter in it, without ink, it weighs 14.1 Gs. And so the length of the pen, as you see it closed from the top to the bottom of the pen, it's going to come in at 5.16 inches. The pen does post securely, made for right there. And that's going to come in at 5.83 inches. So, on the clip you see Zebra, nicely done, on a chrome clip. And it's got a short clip. And I'm trying to look inside, there's a number there. On top of the finial, it's round, where the clip attaches to the finial, and then as you go down the cap to the pen section, you're going to find right here in the middle, which looks like a grip section, but I think it's part of the decoration. But it could be, what do you think? It could be the grip section, or it could be just decoration. And it feels like a hard plastic. Well, the pen is aluminum, stainless steel fountain pen. That's what they call it. Stainless steel fountain pen with 2 bonus refill fine point, 0.7 millimeter, like I said previously. So as you go down the barrel, you'll see the FP right there. Let me see it real good here. On the nib, kind of right there. And it says the V301. Looks sharp. Sharp little pen. And as you go down the barrel, down to the end of the barrel, you see that little section there, which is made for the cap. And it does have a hole on the bottom, so no, you cannot, as far as I know, make this into a eyedropper, but let me triple check here. Well, it looks like the hole has been already plugged, but I don't know. So I would say handle with care. Pen's made in China. Let's pull out the cap, small cap. So I bet you're wondering, because I'm wondering, about the cap. Let's just measure the cap real quick and see what this little bitty cap is going to be. This cap measures in at 1.57 inches. Alright, so let's try to find the girthiest part because it all looks about the same. It's going to be about 0.44, the girthiest part right in here in the top, and it tapers down here. Let's go ahead and cap it again. You hear a little snap, but it's on there, it's not going nowhere, but it will turn like this when you use it. And it will put off if you put a lot of pressure on it. But, I mean, if you use it normally and not mess with it, you know, it's not going to go off anywhere. So that's okay. So here's that part I was showing you. This is the grip. So if you said grip section, you're correct. So it feels really nice in the hands. And that section helps the fingers from slipping down. Kind of protects them there a little bit. And it looks like it has a hooded nib there. Okay. Very tiny little nib. Very interesting tiny little nib, for sure. It's got a nice grip section for large fingers as well. Hi, kitty cat. I see you. We're done here in a minute, baby. So, that's Missy. She's saying hi. So, here is the converter, and it does have ink in it. And the converter is, Mr. Announcer, what's the name of the converter? You just said it earlier.
Oh, Terzetti.
Thank you, sir. Yep. So, the Terzetti converter can fit these zebras. Okay. And I'm looking it up now as we speak. Well, the Terzetti converter, they cost $2.99. And it will work on these zebras. I believe it's made for these zebras as well. So that's a good thing. So you can either use a short cartridges or you can use a Terzetti converter. That would be entirely up to you. So, let's go ahead and do some writing with this. And I'm going to be using the Tumble River notebook. It's an A5.grid. Thank you for Frank from Federalist Pens and Papers for sending me out this A5 Tumble River paper, the finest paper for me in the whole wide world. That's what I love to use. And since I'm just going to use this side, okay? Okay, thank you very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And we'll get to writing here. And that way you can see how well this pen writes or how well it doesn't write. It's going to be entirely up to you. And to me, okay, Bill. Oh, this pad I'm using, a special thank you to Dr. Joe out there. He had this done for me with my name on it. It's a writing pad. It's really nice, Doc. Thank you, sir. And this has a, so I won't forget it, 0.7 millimeter nib. I'm telling you now, when this nib hit paper, game over. Excellent fountain pen. And you can get these pens. They start from $7. I've seen them at $8 and $9. Are they worth the money? Definitely, definitely, yes. I love it. A little wet test there. Comes right on out. Nice, sweet, smooth nib. Great ink flow. Never had a problem with it. Wet. The ink is consistent. It doesn't stop on you. It doesn't skip. Okay, so it comes, like I said, with this ink, ultra smooth blank ink in cartridges. But let me clarify one thing. I didn't have any cartridges to put in it, so I just used a converter as she sent. So I'm using the Robert Oyster beautiful black velvet ink. So this is Robert Oyster. Beautiful ink, I think it is. Beautiful ink. Okay, so try reverse. All right, there you go. Downstroke, cross strokes. All right, here we go. All right, now I will put the preppy nib up next. Japanese pen, downstroke, and the cross stroke. This is the preppy. Okay, fine nib. Okay. And what's his name? We're going with the P, the platinum, Peridot.
Preponte.
That's the platinum, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. This is the platinum Preponte, and it's also Japanese nib, and it's a fine nib. Okay. And here back is Zebra. Pretty close. They're pretty much in the same order. And the preppy. Okay. Once again, Zebra under 8. The preppy under 8, and the Pierponte, the Platinum, under $11. Now, truth or not, are these pens worth the money? All three is definitely worth the money. All three are really some awesome, fun fountain pens. I think once you put the fountain pen to the hand, to the paper, you're going to say what Larry was correct this time. Hopefully. I really enjoyed them. I'm really hard to please when it comes to nibs. I either like them or I don't like them. But that doesn't mean in time, after I retry a pen to give it a second chance, third chance, that I won't bond with it. I do my best to bond with a pen. Sometimes I don't really bond with a pen. Why is that? Probably the nib, where other people might love that nib, or the feel, or the size of the pen. I like big pens, mostly. I like girthy pens. But then I like these size pens just as well. I mean, I don't like them so big that they're gaudy. No. Might be fun to review. That would be fun. But these pens all do the job. They all serve a purpose. They all have great ink flow, smooth nibs, and they're all nice and wet. So you're not going to go wrong with any of them at all. I think Frank from Federalist Pens and Paper has these. I don't know if he has any left, but that's where this came from. And this one came from one of my subscribers as well, that's anonymous. And of course this one comes from
Gene Sheridan.
And thank you again, Gene. So, great starter pens, great everyday pens. Just a lot of fun pen. Yeah, I mean, they're fun. And when I say fun, I really enjoy using them because that nib writes so well and they just feel so good for me. It's just a lot of fun to pick up the pen and write with it. Just scribble, draw stick people, make notes with, letters, whatever. So, if you're on a strict budget or a budget, or you don't like to spend money over 20 bucks, there you go. So where would I go buy pens? Well, I don't know. You can go to Pen Boutique. You can go to Frank at Federalist Pens and Paper. You can go to Anderson Pens, Pen Chalet, Fountain Pen Revolution, Gold Spot Pens. I guess just about everywhere else carries them. But I've seen, actually, believe it or not, and I forgot the name, I've seen some dealers that do not carry the Preppy. Why? I guess what I've told once that if a pen doesn't sell very well, they discontinued it. But, you know, as far as Preppy is concerned, that's a major seller. At least I think it is. Well, folks, you saw the writing sample with the zebra. And I put some other nibs to it as well. And here's the size of the zebra to the platinum. And it's just a little bit longer. And we'll do it to the Preppy. The Preppy just a tad longer. The Preppy has a little bit more girth than the zebra. And so does this other platinum more girth. So the zebra would be more of a thinner pen, but it's not thin, skinny. Let me see about this pen here. It would be more like this Parker here. So there you have it. And again, thank you for sending me this pen. And I will keep it with me closely. And I use it daily. So when I write my letters, I rotate these pens, all three of them. But then I also rotate, you know, I've got my regular fountain pens that I use. And this is my Tiger Eye from Mike Green. Has a broad nib, beautiful, beautiful fountain pen. Mike did such a great job on the pen. Got a broad nib, wet, smooth. It's just a peach to write with. and a peach to have. I am really glad that Mike decided to throw his hat into the custom pin world, because you know we can always use more custom pin makers, right? Right. We have the incredible Jim Hines here in Texas. You know, and if you kept up with Jim Hines, you've seen how he has risen more and more. Because why? Well, one thing, Jim knows what he's doing, right? And Jim has his heart in what he does. But so does Mike. And so does some other pin makers. So with that said, my friends, I hope you enjoyed my story today. And I hope the writing test provided you with something about how well the nib writes. You know, it's really hard to tell from any reviewer how good that pen is, in my opinion. The best way to know how a pen writes, feels, looks in the hand is you, my friends, to go to a pen show and you asking the seller, may I try out that pen? Can I test that pen? And they usually say yes, but just be careful with the pen, okay? And that way you're going to know, is that pen for you? Because not every pen fits everybody's needs, because there's so many different size nibs. And yet they come from different countries: America, Germany, Chinese, Japanese, Italy, etc. Oh, in India, they come from India as well. So, anyway, that's going to wrap it up today. And I really want to thank everybody for joining me today on Larry's Fountain Pen Review. I hope you had a great ride today with me. So, until my next video, which will be soon, I am going to be showing 3 of my Holy Grail pens for this year that I've never used yet. They've been sleeping. And I'll probably show them throughout the month of this year. And then I will be doing other cool things this year. I'll be having top pens, top 3, top 5, top 10. I don't know if it's going to be that way, but it's going to be top something. Honorable mentions for sure. So, be safe, my friends. Be kind to a stranger as always. Don't text. Don't drive. That's when you text and drive, you can cause a accident. Isn't that right, Mr. Announcer?
Yes.
Sure, it's happened. Seen it, been in it, done it. Got hit from behind. Peace, love. I'm out of here. Goodbye.